So obviously there are a huge number of Hebrew Israelites that believe in the Jesus of the New Testament, but specifically for the Christians who also believe in Jesus, how do you see Jesus of the New Testament, the Jesus that walks on
That's a
water,
good
turns
question.
water into wine?
How did I know you was gonna come with that? Naturally, I'm Torah only. Everybody knows that. I'm Torah only. I don't subscribe to the New Testament. But I'm also a historian. Okay, I'm a historian. Jesus the Christ, from my research, his name would have been Moreh Yosef, Moreh Yeshua Bar Yosef. That would have been his name. Master teacher Yeshua Bar Yosef. I acknowledge he was a historical man. I acknowledge that, from the outside records that we have of him, one of the oldest records I rely on is a 1,500-year-old manuscript called the Scroll of Saint Isa that is outlined in the Tibetan monastery in Tibet. There's outside records of the 17 missing year history of Yeshua traveling from Jerusalem to India, Tibet, China, Japan. These are just historical facts. So in that retrospect, what I'm saying is, now this might shake a lot of people. Yeshua was a Buddhist. Yeshua was a Buddhist. When you study Yeshua's travels and where he went and when he came back, if you look at his teachings carefully and you study Buddhism, it's clearly Buddhism. It's clearly Buddhism. When you talk about the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God being within you and using these parables and saying, because you got to look at the way he talked. His verbiage was very much different from the prophets of the Tanakh. You can clearly see the Buddhic influence. Now, remember, it's already been historically proven that the Buddhists of India and Tibet had close ties with the Essenes in Israel. And we know the history of Yeshua Bar Yosef coming from out of the Essenes along with his cousin, Yehochanan, right? Which is defined as John the baptizer. They were all Essenes. So if there is a Essene Buddhic connection, it could be possible. It could be possible that there is truth that Yeshua went to the east, meaning the Indus Valley, from 17-year missing pages of history. So you can get a book called The Gods of Eden. And in that book, and I have that book, and I can actually read some quotations if we have a part two, right? We're gonna have a part two. What I'll do is the statements that I say in part one, I will bring the books in part two. I bought a few of them, right? I didn't know where we was gonna go, right? So I bought a few, right? And when you say it's gonna be a part two, and I mean, I have over 80,000 books, and we can chop it up. But yes, Yeshua Bar Yosef was a historical man. He existed. The 17 missing years of his history that you do not see in the New Testament is outlined in the oral traditions in the Tibetan monasteries in Tibet. And they have a scroll called the Scroll of Saint Isa, where they talk about the 17-year travels of Isa. And they even have documentaries that you can go right now on YouTube and type up the 17 missing years of Jesus in India. And then it just all pop up. You'll get video after video after video after video, books after books after books. And there's historical validity to that. So what I'm saying is, yes, Yeshua was a Hebrew Israelite, but there were influences of Buddhism within his teachings.